the country. In a special way, I recognize and appreciate management and staff at the Malawi Electoral Commission Secretariat for working very hard. They have endured long hours, sleepless nights, and intense pressure to ensure that every stage of the electoral process was handled diligently with professionalism. Your dedication to work went beyond the ordinary call of duty, and because you sacrificed personal time, comfort, and family responsibilities to save this nation. Finally, the Commission, and in fact, expresses its sincere gratitude to and appreciation to all registered voters for turning up to vote. And that is the ultimate love a member of the society can show in this democratic dispensation. Ladies and gentlemen, the last 8 days have been a race against time. It was not easy, but also carefully balancing act between speed and accuracy. The law requires that the Commission declare presidential results within 8 days after polling. And I'm proud, very proud, to report that we have worked tirelessly, day and night, to ensure that the Constitution requirement is met. I know most of you were worried because we are having our press briefings to report to you at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., but it's because we are working hard to make sure that we deliver our constitutional duty to the nation and everyone that is interested in the electoral process. It is now, ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure. Some of you do not know the people that are in front of you. Some of you have sharp eyes, maybe you have read their names, but I will mention them. We have Commissioner Dr. Rimbikani Sarah Monongera, Commissioner Dr. Emmanuel Fabiano, Commissioner Caroline Mfune, Commissioner Reverend Philip Kambulire, Commissioner Richard Chapwetega, Commissioner Harry Kanjewe. It is now my singular honor to invite the chairperson of the Malawi Electoral Commission, Justice Annabel Ntalimanja, to make results announcement and to make a declaration speech. Thank you, Honorable Chair, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you very much, CEO. I thought we were going to clap for the staff of MEC. They all have worked very hard to get us where we are. Commander General for the Malawi Defense Force, the Inspector General for the Malawi Police Service, Your Excellencies, heads of observer missions, some are still with us, some have since had to go back, senior government officials, and of course the commissioners for the Malawi Electoral Commission and distinguished staff of the Malawi Electoral Commission, led by the CEO and our two DCOs. Good evening. We are here this evening to complete the process that started 5 years ago when we commenced our electoral cycle. Today we come this evening to present the results of our elections that we had on 16th September. The Commission has completed the verification of the results and consideration of the queries and complaints that were logged after the elections. We needed to do that ourselves on the elections. We finished the task of determination yesterday, but we needed to ensure that everything is in place before coming before you tonight. And here we are. Before we get to the results themselves, allow us to walk through the process briefly. You will recall that we had our nomination of candidates and the campaign period before we got to the actual polling itself. You will recall that we had our nominations of candidates that you saw on our presidential ballot from 14th July and closed on 14th of September. Pausing here, the Commission wishes to commend all candidates and political parties for conducting themselves in a generally peaceful manner. The campaign period, the tone that was set, 114,720 were female. Congratulations to all the females. A total of 5,502,982 turned out to cast their vote on 16th September, who were verified using the biometric voter verification and identification devices that we placed at every polling station, having introduced this technology to assist us to bring to life the principle of one person, one vote. However, taking cognizance of the fact that not everyone could be identified using the devices either on account of the challenges with their fingerprints or challenges with their devices themselves, or indeed any issues, we also made provision for people to be identified using the manual register, which was also in use. And when you look at the statistics, you see that the final voter turnout is higher than the number that were identified using the devices. But the Commission had explained and informed the nation that we'll be using both the device and the manual physical register. We also wish to commend all Malawians, particularly those who came out to cast their vote, and also to commend the entire nation for patiently waiting for the results. We know that 8 days is a long time. Everyone is anxious to know the outcome of the polling on the same day, but we are truly grateful to the nation for waiting patiently as we went about our duty to ensure we verify the results before announcing the same. Elections, as we all know, are very critical and very serious business. They set the democratic agenda and leadership of the country. Therefore, it was our duty and responsibility to ensure that the processes that we have command the confidence and trust of the entire nation. The Commission is not only responsible for preparing the results, but also to ensure that the results are credible, and also that every grievance and complaint has been duly addressed before declaring the results. Now we have resolved all the issues, or we have responded to all the complaints, and we are here now to finalize the process in as far as the presidential election is concerned. Allow us now to talk about the review of void votes. In accordance with Section 96(2) of the Presidential, Parliamentary and Local Government Elections Act, the Commission is supposed to examine votes that have been classified as void at the polling stations and to affirm or correct the decisions made by presiding officers. However, in terms of the law, the vetting of void votes is only required where the number of void votes or such that have been classified as void votes may have an effect of changing the outcome of the election. For this election, ladies and gentlemen, the Commission recorded a total number of 155,225 void votes. This number cannot have any bearing on the outcome of the election. As such, the Commission did not examine the void votes in compliance with the law. Talking about complaints, we received complaints from the Malawi Congress Party, the United Democratic Front, and UTM Party. As required under the law, the complaints have been considered and the issues that were raised were comprehensively reviewed by the Commission, and we have since provided our responses in writing to the complainants. The decisions taken on each and every complaint has been recorded in the record of the determination of the results, which will be published tonight in the Gazette as required by law. Allow us to speak briefly on the swearing in of the President and the President and Vice President-elect. Before we declare the results, we would like to speak about one important issue regarding the swearing in of the President and Vice President-elect. We need to state that this is not within the mandate of MEC, but other relevant government officers in terms of our legal framework. In terms of Section 81, subsection 3 of the Constitution, a person elected to be President or First Vice President shall not be sworn into office until after the expiry of 7 days, but before the expiry of 30 days from the date the election result is declared. Therefore, the President and Vice President-elect cannot be sworn into office before the lapse of 7 days of today and not later than 30 days from today. But as to the processes thereof, it will be the relevant government officers and branch that will be responsible. We should also mention that our task is not only to determine the presidential election, but also the results for the parliamentary and local government elections. And in that regard, after the declaration of the result tonight, the Commission will continue sitting here to consider and make determinations on the parliamentary and local government election results and declare the winners. According to the legal framework, we have 14 days for the parliamentary election and 21 days for the local government elections, but time started running on the 16th. So essentially we have 1 week for the parliamentary and 1 week for the local government elections left. In the same manner that we have approached the presidential election results, we will be announcing the parliamentary and local government election results when we complete editorial votes. Dr. Kondwani Nankomwa, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, Malawi Congress Party, 160,210 votes. Kamuzu Chiwambo, People's Transformation Party, 803 votes. Adel James Chilongo, Independent, 365 votes. Cosmas Felix Chipojola, Independent, 313 votes. Dr. Dalito Kabambe, UTM, Arthur Peter Mutareka, DPP, 50,182. Punziro Mvula, Independent, 186. Frank Tumpale Mwenefombo, NDP, PDP, 415 votes. Jordan Sauti, PCP, 220.